This case personifies the threat to journalists and a free media in the Southeast Asian country of Myanmar. Danny Fenster is a 37-year-old American journalist who worked hard to tell the stories of Myanmar citizens, both before and after the military coup in February. He is the managing editor of Frontier Myanmar, a magazine and website based in Yangon. He was trying to fly home a week ago, planning to surprise his family back in Detroit, when he was detained at Yangon International Airport. He hasn't been heard from since, and he's believed to have been imprisoned. The U.S. State Department has spoken out, saying it is deeply concerned about Fenster's detention. Quote, "We have pressed the military regime to release him immediately and will continue to do so until he is allowed to return home safely to his family." This is a reminder of the dangers journalists face around the world. I know you've heard recently, Fareed was talking about this last hour, about this Belarusian opposition journalist who was detained in mid-flight. So that's an example in Belarus. This is an example in Myanmar. And there are many other examples in Myanmar as well of local journalists who have been caught in the midst of this conflict, who have been taken into prison, who have been shut down by the military coup. This case with Fenster brings it all home because an American family is now hoping safely for his return. Let me bring them in and introduce you to them now. Danny Fenster's parents are Rose and Buddy. They live in Danny's hometown of Detroit, and they are here with me. Rose, I know it's been a week since you last heard from Danny. How are you holding up?
I'm trying to be strong and positive, and it's minute by minute, running on fumes and just keeping my mind on the positive and not letting my mind go to where it could go.
Yeah. Danny was there covering the stories that are so important to the citizens of Myanmar. You all were able to read his work, read it on the web. Did you have any sense that he was in danger after the coup occurred?
We've always had a sense of danger once he went there, but yes, a sense of danger and awareness, but trusting Danny. He's a strong, independent thinker. This is his passion, to write and to write what's right, speak the truth. So we've always supported him, along with being worried.
Yeah, I think many parents can relate to that. Buddy, what was the last message you all received from Danny?
I think about 2 weeks ago I spoke to him, and he voiced concern. He said all the reporters, all the journalists are leaving this country. You know, it was hard. It seemed like it was hard for him to get staff. People were either in hiding or had just left the country completely. And, you know, I could tell that he was maybe a change in his desire. I got a feeling he felt it was time to start heading home.
Right, understandably. He was not the only one thinking that way. What brought him to Myanmar in the first place?
You know, he went out to live in Bangkok just because he wanted to. I mean, he's got a lot of wanderlust in him. And when a job in journalism opened up in Myanmar, he immediately took it. It spoke to him. That was the first place he worked. I think it was called Myanmar Now. More of a daily news kind of thing. And then when the job opened at Frontier Myanmar, it's more of a monthly publication. It gives you time to work on stories deeper. That's really what he likes to do, and he took the job there and became a managing editor.
We believe, is being held in this notorious prison in Myanmar as the military is taking control. Has the State Department, have government officials in the U.S. been responsive to attempts to find out his whereabouts?
We have heard nothing so far.
We know they're working on it, and we have confidence in our government and the embassy to push this matter. You know, it's #1 on their list. But we haven't heard from Danny in a week now. We have no proof. We have no concrete evidence of his well-being.
You have had local representatives speaking out, supporting you. Here's one of the local congressmen trying to raise awareness of this case. Now that it's been a week, I know you also are putting together a petition to try to spread awareness that way. This is available at moveon.org. What are your goals with the petition?
It's just awareness. It's getting the word out. It's not letting this story slide away in the news cycle. I mean, we want people to be talking about this every day. We want all our local political leaders to be pushing to get Danny home.
In 2020, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists, 274 journalists were imprisoned in various locales around the world. Rose, what do you want people to know about, what that means at a personal level? It's a big number, but every number there is a person with a family.
Of course, of course. You hear these stories, and every person has many people that love them and families, and it's heartbreaking. What I've gone through this week, my heart goes out to every single other parent and family and community member. It's a total nightmare. It's a total feeling of no control. It's heart-wrenching. It's just, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's just not something you want anybody to go through, any parent, anybody that cares about anybody. These are human lives, and these are people, not just numbers. And I just want my son home no matter what it takes.
A week ago, you never could have imagined you'd be sitting here. He was coming home to surprise you all. Buddy, he would have been home in time for Father's Day, even with a quarantine on the way home. So what is your all's message for the Myanmar authorities, given that this is live around the world? Buddy, what's your message for the government there, the military regime there?
I'm no expert on the negotiations. I have no idea who is in control in Myanmar now. I think their efforts to squelch journalism and get the word out is it just kills life, and it kills freedom, it kills truth, and I think that they just need to let him go immediately. He has not committed any crime there.
Yeah, I agree. He's just trying to do the right thing and not hurt anybody or start anything. He was not, boots on the ground behind a desk editing, and just want him home. Please, 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 please release him and send him home to his family.
Rose and Buddy, thank you both for being here. We will stay on top of this situation.
Thank you
so much.